We're going to carry on with the table drawing. The next step is to draw the mortises in the legs that correspond to the tenon that's on the end of each of those rails. You'll notice I've got the X-ray mode enacted, so you can actually see how the tenons have gone into the legs. And now we're going to use that as a way of marking out where the mortise is going to go. We need to make sure that the back legs are unique compared to the front. Now, if we were to use the view edit, hide the rest of the model, you'll notice that these two legs here are visible, the others aren't. That means these two legs are unique in relationship to the front view. So any modifications to these won't be mirrored in the front, and that's important at this stage. How do you do that? Well, if you were to select the one that you want to make unique, control click, and you say make unique, and that makes it different. We want the back two legs together, and we want the front legs, two legs modified together. So we're going to double click on that leg there. We want to see these rails, but we want them to be in X-ray mode, so you can actually see inside of them. We can see where the tenon intersects with the leg, and we can use that as a means of drawing where the mortise is going to go. Use the orbit tool and go around to this side here. We do that one as well at the same time, from that corner to that corner. And now if we turn off the rest of the model, we'll notice that we've got two clear markings that we can push through, 21 millimeters and 21 millimeters. We do 21 because we need a little bit of clearance at the bottom. We also want to make sure that they don't intersect. So if we have a look from the top, you'll notice these two tenons, or mortises, sorry, have gone through. They do not intersect at this point. So we're not going to have a problem with the length of the tenon there if it's 20 millimeters long. If it was 25 millimeters long, it would intersect there, and we'd have to do modification at the end of the tenon. We don't have to do that in this case. So you'll notice both have been modified. So we've done the back two legs, now it's time to do the front legs. And so we need to double click on that. Oh, it looks like I've already done those. I must have did those before. It's the same method, however. So we've got the mortises and the tenons done for the legs, side rails and rear rail. Now we need to mark out the position of the dovetail joint that goes across the top here. So to start with, we won't need the X-ray mode, we might turn that off. And what we're going to do is we're going to mark out the position. Now, we're going to come in 5 millimeters along the top here. I think it's 6 from memory. And that's the starting point for a rectangle. We're going to draw a rectangle on the end here. We're going to come down 16 and across, sorry, that's the wrong tool, rectangle from here down to there. And we're going to come across, that's 34 and 16 millimeters. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull that this way. We're going to come through .340 millimeters. You'll notice it's a little bit short. We don't go right to the end. Now we also need to push that through the same amount here. So I'll just measure that. That's 20 millimeters. We go over here and we're going to, in order to push this through, we may need to actually go back to X-ray mode. Come around to this side here and we're going to pull that through. 20 millimeters. So we have an overlap here of 20 millimeters on each side of that particular component that goes from one side to the other. And that's a reason important because we're going to make a dovetail on the end of this. So we'll turn X-ray mode off again for the time being. And you'll notice there's that line there. If we triple click this and make it a component, well, actually we don't need to make a we'll just make a group. And we're now able to modify this. Now, we need to draw some angled lines on here, and the best way to do that is to use the protractor tool. But we need to mark this out so that we've got a good positioning. Now, we need to come in a little bit on this edge here so that this material around this area is not too weak. So we're going to come in 6 millimeters there, but we don't need to do that on this side. We're then going to use the protractor tool. And use the protractor tool, you hit once for the intersection, twice for the reference, and then you create an angle. And we're going to create an angle of 7 degrees, which is a typical dovetail angle. We'll do the same on the other side. You click once to anchor it, twice to create a reference, and then tab 7 for the angle. So notice we've got 2 angled lines there. If we trace over those with this in edit mode, I need to make sure I can see that. We will see where they intersect. So if we draw a line from there to there to there, and then from there to there to there, you'll notice that you'll be able to push that down to the bottom and push that down to the bottom, and we now have on the component a dovetail. What we need to do now is also create the dovetail for this top of the leg. So we're going to click on that and we're going to trace that again. And that will allow us to push that section down to the bottom there. And what we now have is a dovetail socket in the top of this leg and a dovetail on the end of this component. You'll notice it's not symmetrical. There's more in this side than that side, and that's because there is a setback here of 6 millimeters. All that's left to do is do the same on the other end. You'll notice that the socket is already there because these legs were components. So all we need to do is, we don't even have to remark this, we just need to modify the end of this. So a line from there to there to there, there to there, whoops. From there to there to there, and we'll be able to push made a mistake with that one. And we've now got the dovetail on both sides.